And all of a sudden, every single conversation is just about that problem, right? That's all they have on their news feed. That's all they talk about. That's all they're posting about. Does anyone know, how does that person start to feel? Or maybe it's you. How do you start to feel? What ends up happening is you actually start to feel weighed down, and what will happen is almost a person like who's only having that as surrounding them will start to easily fall into despair. And moreover, it changes the way you view the world. So now if the only thing you're reading about is hate crimes, okay, that's it. That's day and night you're reading about hate crimes. Day and night you're talking about hate crimes. Day and night you're posting about it. What you're gonna do is almost like you're seeing the world in a negative way. And so you will maybe you'll feel that people are more antagonistic towards Muslims than they actually are. And that's because it skews the way you view your reality. So then what's the balance? Because you might say, well, okay, well, what are we supposed to do? Are we just supposed to dig our heads into the sand and pretend that this isn't happening? And my answer is no, absolutely we don't dig our heads into the sand and pretend this isn't happening. But again, and I emphasize this, it's about your focal point. Yes, we should be aware. Yes, we should be active. But make sure that your focal point is not the problem itself. That your focal point, and I'll give you an example of what I mean. When Musa alayhi salam is standing in front of the Red Sea, right? And he has an army behind him, and he's got a very serious problem. Okay, he's got a giant body of water in front of him, and he's got an army behind him, and he looks trapped. But what was his focal point in that moment? Anyone? Allah. Do you see the difference? It's not that he was in denial of his reality. His reality was that he's got an army behind him, and he's got a Red Sea in front of him. But his focus was not on the Red Sea, and his focus was not on the army. And in fact, you see the contrast between him and Bani Israel. Because Bani Israel were focused on the army. فَلَمَّا تَرَاءَ الْجَمْعَانِ قَالَ أَصْحَابُ مُوسَى إِنَّا لَمُدْرَكُونَ. That when the armies, the groups saw each other, so you have Bani Israel, the children of Israel, seeing the army. When they saw each other, the people of Musa alayhi salam, Bani Israel, what do they say? What's their response? Because what's their focus? Their focus is on their army, right? We're doomed. And that was their response. Inna lamudrakun. Indeed, we will be overtaken. They fell into despair. And the reason they fell into despair, it was because of their focus. Make sense? Inna lamudrakun, they said. And then Allah tells us what Musa alayhi salam says. قَالَ كَلَّا. You see like a complete contrast. قَالَ كَلَّا. He said no. And kalla in Arabic is a very emphatic, no way, absolutely not. It's all of that in just one word. Kalla. Inna ma'aya rabbi sayahdeen. Indeed, my Lord is with me and He will guide me through. Musa alayhi salam wasn't looking at the problem. He was aware of the problem, folks. He's not like in denial. He's aware of the problem, but his focus wasn't the problem. His focus was Allah.